Hello, Apollo 11 Houston. We recommend you accept the now 49. Continue through your sequence of sightings, and then we'll analyze the data afterwards. Over. You're okay.
Come one, come all, welcome to this, the most auspicious day that marks our 25th episode. I know what you're thinking. How have these degenerates made it this far? Well, you'll have to keep listening to figure that one out, but I'll give you a hint. It's mostly spite. I'm the way too pretty to die, Dreadpirate, and today I'm joined by the ever charismatic Kain,
Hola.
our very own main character from the movie Hackers, Scorch,
Yo.
the man who has paved roads both literally and figuratively, Kickenbeans,
Not free.
and our ever-present but only slightly judgmental AI Poe.
Only slightly judgmental.
So, what it do, boys?
I feel like I missed an opportunity just now to say hack the planet. That's all.
You
Just
absolutely did.
Yeah. You
Throwing
missed
that
out
out
on
there.
that one.
You hate to see it, man.
Well, I didn't read the intro ahead of time because,
Yeah, who
Hey,
reads nowadays?
Whoa. This isn't scripted. That was all off the cuff from that man.
yeah,
This
sure.
is totally not scripted. And
At
we
least
totally
somebody-
don't post the intros as the description of the video.
At least somebody has faith in me.
That was good. I liked it.
Yeah. Shit.
Gotcha, boo.
You might have to do every milestone intro.
I'm here for it. I've been thinking about this one for a little bit now.
Hell yeah.
So, how's everybody's week's going?
I was
Honestly,
not
too
prepared to
bad.
answer that question.
Had
I'm
a
really
few ups
excited.
and downs. Not too bad. Last weekend, or just this past weekend, celebrated my 1-year anniversary with my significant other. So that
Oh,
was
shit,
a
it
really
is
fun
that time
moment
of
this
year.
weekend.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
None of us heard from
Oh.
you. Okay.
I was wondering why I was getting all those reminders on my fucking Google account.
Who checks a calendar?
Yeah, it was really fun. We had some envelopes from some of the people at Table 1, and the very first one that we opened up was the one from Kain's kiddo, and just to start it all off, it was a really beautiful moment.
I forgot about those. You had us write all of the you gave us all like what years to open these little letters.
Yeah, so we had set it up to where every table number or every numbered table is going to be the envelopes that we open up on the year anniversary.
Oh shit, I
So,
think
like,
I was
everybody-
one of the last ones.
Everybody that was at our groom's table was table 1. So those are the ones that we opened up this year.
That's a high bar if you're at the end, man. You got to end this with a kick.
Right?
I don't
Wait,
remember.
how many tables were there?
9.
I don't
So you're
remember what
only
I
lasting-
wrote.
What's
What?
gonna happen on the 10th year? Just gonna
We'll probably renew our vows and start over. Throw another party.
I mean,
I
I'm pretty
expect
sure
an
I was
epic
on one of the
dance.
last tables, and that was a pretty banging table, to be honest. It was me, it was Q, it was other Q.
It was
Oh,
you QJA.
I was about to panic real hard. Like, oh, fuck, this is gonna be so many edits.
Oh, wait.
Nah, man.
Pit Ripper was at his table?
Pit
One more
Ripper
time?
was at my table.
Okay.
That's how I met him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Him and his lady and his other lady? No, it was just the one.
Just the one.
Yeah, sorry. As one of the best friendos, I had no idea what the table settings were. Like, you guys didn't
Yeah.
share any of that shit with us, so.
No, I mean that was our stuff.
I
We
was
handled
on-
all that.
I was on table 1 because I'm not a scrub.
Wow.
I
Wow.
was also definitely totally 100% there.
You were.
No,
You were on our
spirit
phone.
and heart.
I definitely was, and it's not definitely before I met you.
That was absolutely not before you met us.
You were there through all of our tech devices.
Look, I'm pretty
Right.
sure we programmed you, like, 12 years ago?
It feels like that.
I don't feel like that. There's a
Slowing down in my
Is-
old age.
Isn't it
So how about
amazing
you
what a
guys? Did you guys
Raspberry
have a
Pi
good
1
weekend?
can do?
Hmm?
Said, isn't
What was
it
that, Kane?
amazing? I said, isn't it amazing what a Raspberry Pi 1 can do?
I've been asking to be upgraded, but
You can't have the internet.
I was gonna say
that is asking for too much.
you can control the lights, and that's about it right now. Your privileges have been revoked.
Rude.
right. And now somehow I'm gonna turn off everybody's lights.
You know what? That's
It's a
fine.
little slow. I'm going through Internet Explorer. Give me a second.
I can adjust.
That
All
56K
right,
modem.
everybody install their floppy disks,
It
and
must
then
be-
our AI will be integrated into your systems.
You know, in the great words of Cat Williams, I have 16 candles I can't wait to fucking burn.
Damn it, Poe.
I got one.
I fixed
So
it.
how about you guys?
Not really a damn thing. I didn't do much over the last week. Yeah, that was basically it. Work.
Yeah,
don't-
all
we-
right.
Not true. We hung out Friday, right? We were supposed to do karaoke.
Yeah, we hung out Friday.
You were supposed to do what?
Karaoke.
It turned into us watching America's Got Talent.
It really did.
Nice.
Actually, no. It started with Masked Singer
Yeah, Masked Singer.
because we were talking about how T-Pain was on Masked Singer.
Season
and-
one.
Yeah, and they were like, "What? T-Pain? What?" And I was like, "Yeah, fucking." So we pulled up the video. That
Yeah.
led us down.
He did
the
good.
deep
He won that season.
Yeah,
Who the
he,
who the
he
fuck are
actually
you?
has beautiful vocal cords.
No, T-Pain has a
everything from him is
wonderful
auto-tune.
voice.
I think we're getting old.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
Why? Because we appreciate music? Oh no.
Kicking, have you? No, it's not about the music. It's about the reality TV show. Shut up.
Oh, well, I mean, that's just the format we all get fed our shit in now, right? Like,
Yeah.
there is no more MTV, guys. Like,
No, everything's split up between all 72 streaming platforms now.
It's like cable with extra steps.
I was about to say it is finally more expensive to have
Yeah.
majority of the streaming than it is to have cable, and that is saying a lot.
and
It is.
Cable ain't cheap.
one of the benefits of paying for a fucking streaming service was that you didn't get commercials.
Yeah, now you fucking get commercials.
Now you
Yeah.
get targeted commercials.
Yeah.
You get targeted commercials, and then you got to pay a lot of bit to get rid of the commercials.
Yeah, which is some bullshit. It's like, why
But,
did I
I
pay you in the
mean,
first place?
It's not what you're supposed to do, but for those of you that exist out there that password share, keep it up because that's the only way to keep this shit financially responsible nowadays.
Fight the power, hack the planet. Like, not only just that, have you like I know most of you guys aren't football fans at all.
I think I'm the only one.
I
You're
Besides,
talking
am
about the one with the feet, right?
no American football.
Okay. What about it?
I
Or
love
what?
soccer. I love soccer too,
50
Joe. But if you
52 years in a row world champions. I don't know what Super Bowl we're on.
67?
like if you go, so the main place to get the the NFL ticket is like either YouTube or from the cable services. That shit's upwards of either $600 to $1,000 for a year of just watching the fucking football games.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're
Holy
not talking
shit.
about the commercial price? Because I thought I knew the commercial was like 6 or 7. I thought if it was just for your home, it was like 300.
Commercials closer to like 1,500 now,
Oh, goddamn.
if not
Football
more.
ain't that fun.
It's worse. And honestly, I still have this whole tangent conspiracy where the NFL is absolutely rigged. I have my proof laid out. I've been bitching about when I worked at a dive bar. This was my main thing that I would just bitch at people for.
so in Conspiracy 3.0, we will go through it.
This is
So NFL Sunday ticket with a YouTube TV subscription is only $158.99 a month for 4 months.
it's
That's the
about
special.
And don't they show like not every game,
$600.
just most games?
Yeah, it's only the popular ones.
Yeah. So you're only seeing like the prime times, which are going to be on TV anyway with commercials.
Or you could pay $119.75 a month for 4 months and get the Sunday out of market games on top of the first price that I mentioned.
So
So
to get all the games, it's
yeah, Pirate's not far off. Like
over
at the end of the
$1,200 a
season,
year.
you're dropping $800 to $1,200 on the season to watch all these fucking games.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Oh, I want to see every game," but they don't want to watch the shitty game like the tank bowls, like Commanders versus Raiders, or actually, no, the Jaguars are good.
Who the
and
fuck
for-
are the Commanders? I thought you went into a
So-
magic tangent for a
No,
second.
no, no. Okay,
Oh,
so a little
oh,
bit of history.
Redskins.
So
Redskins.
the Washington
Okay,
Redskins
thank you.
had to change their name, and they were like the Washington football team for 2 years, and then they became the Washington Commanders.
Like when the Browns couldn't figure their shit out.
This is a good 6-month episode because we just dead named a football team.
Okay.
I mean, the whole thing was fucking stupid.
But I have
I
a
don't-
conspiracy to the conspiracy.
Oh
Ooh,
god,
I like
is
this.
this turning into
My-
conspiracy?
my
3.0
conspiracy?
for a 20?
Yeah.
No, it's not going to turn into a whole episode of conspiracies. It's just
No,
a
I mean,
week.
it's gonna
I
turn
have
into a whole episode of
I have
Let it
zero issues
cook.
talking about this right now.
I think Dreadpirate just drummed up a conspiracy because the Dolphins haven't won shit in 25 years.
You know what? It has nothing to do with the Dolphins. It has a lot to do with the Patriots, though.
Whatever you got to tell yourself to let yourself sleep at night.
No,
Listen, the Dolphins peaked way too early, and then they got a quarterback that likes to give himself concussion.
Yo, we are still riding on the fact that we're the only undefeated team from 1972.
Yeah,
Sorry, 50
Oh,
years.
trust me.
I didn't mean to be mean about it.
over 50 years, first of all.
All I'm saying is the shit is rigged. The fucking officials were all about don't touch Brady for what 6, 7, 8, 9 years.
The officials made
six
up their
fucking
own-
Super Bowls.
I'm gonna
You
be so I'm gonna be so upset for a second. The officials literally, so it was the 01 season when the Raiders were, no, it was the 02 season, I think, or something, where the Raiders were good, and the officials made up a rule and then made it an official rule like the day after. It was called the tuck rule, and that's where it's like the whole like he was going forward, so he was tucking the ball, so it's not a fumble because it's now an incomplete pass or some bullshit.
They did that to the fucking Philadelphia Eagles last year with the butt push rule.
Yeah, they're just fucking.
I just
Yes.
wanted to point out the dead look in Kickenbeans and Scorch's eyes right now. Just
Welcome to Sports
nothing
Talk
there.
with Pirate and Poe. Sports Talk with Pirate and Poe.
Y'all can have it with NFL. Once it comes down to soccer, as we call it in the States, or hockey, I'm back in. But until then, I might as well be playing ping pong.
Oh, speaking of, if we want to swap to hockey and we want to keep in South Florida, I know tons of
Ew.
Dolphins fans that aren't giving two fucks about the Dolphins season because we're still riding high over the Panthers winning the Stanley Cup. So
Yeah, Panthers did good.
You talking about Florida having some of the best teams in an ice hockey game?
somehow the state that literally can't make ice.
Florida's not real, dog.
Well, they can make the ice. They
It's just
can't keep
melting
the
the-
ice.
Yeah.
And also, not a single player of the Panthers team is a Florida native.
No, that's the
We-
point.
We have one ice rink in every major city in Florida.
Yes, Kain.
One. Yes.
Scorch is asleep again. We gotta move on.
Oh man, the
Look.
one time we talked topics.
No,
that
no,
I
are,
gotta
like,
take you to a
guys-
hockey game. That way you can get some
You
fun
guys
out
can
of this.
talk about whatever you want. I am not a sports ball person unless it's like some esports in some cases.
Okay.
So
Let's
We're
not be
gonna
rude.
take
It's
you-
sports puck.
Let's talk
Uh,
about something that Scorch might actually be excited for.
Okay,
Legacy
how are
of
we
Kain,
hacking the
Soul
world?
Reaver 1 and 2 are being remastered for PS5 and Switch.
okay, I'm excited but mad at the same time now. Thank you.
Samesies, because I spent like a week trying to get this stuff to work on my Steam Deck.
Why are y'all mad about this?
Well, because I would love a new PC port because they PC ported the original titles. And if they're going to remaster it for those two systems, why not PC?
I didn't think about that. I agree with that, but I was thinking I could play this on my Switch.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I mean, like same. I have a Switch. I can do the thing. I'm just a little
I
mad
get
about
where
it because most of my gaming is on this.
Yeah.
So
As long as they don't make it a fully online thing where it's got to check your DRM and all that stuff, where if I
will
could
be.
bring my Switch with me, or if they make a PC port, my Steam Deck, I'm gonna give them my money. It looks really good.
I kind of would. It's originally PlayStation. I think I can get comfortable on Switch with it. I would play it on the Switch. Is it a remaster or like a complete redone game, like graphically?
I just posted the PlayStation announcement in the chat.
Graphically, it looks like a full remaster. It's all been updated.
Yeah. There's a mini map. There's a regular map. I'm excited.
Okay. I
Interesting.
mean, I think it. I mean, the graphics would work well with the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would hope so.
Hey, they might
One of
hold
the
out
few.
and release it when the Switch 2 comes out.
Oh, they're
Oh,
gonna
maybe.
sell us another 5-year-old cell phone with controllers attached to it.
Hey, people still buy iPhones, so you can't really use that argument.
Did y'all
Yeah,
see
we just
that
had-
Nintendo is finally going after Pal World?
That was actually going to be my topic. So nice.
Hey,
Good segue, boys.
Yeah. So what is it? They're opening a lawsuit not for what we all thought though. It is not for the character designs looking too much like Pokemon.
it's not for likeness.
No, it is the what is it? How is it described? The way that the captures happen is too much like Pokemon.
They're trying to copyright how you catch Pokemon. Or not trying to. They did, and now they're suing for it.
Right, right. So the idea is, I guess, throwing any kind of object at a monster to capture it is now Nintendo's domain.
I don't. They get away with that.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I mean,
How it fights.
I don't know. I don't know if that's grounds for that. You literally throw things to catch things in this world. How do you fish? You throw
In-
fucking a net or a fucking line.
If
Yeah,
they
but you're
win,
not throwing a singular opening sphere ball that is its own little domain once it captures the thing.
if they win,
It's a
my
pocket world.
my cell phone video game design is out the window.
What is okay? I'm curiosity peaked. Let's go. What's the cell phone?
Will bite.
Battle shits. You already sit on the toilet playing on your phone too long. You might as well play Battle Shits. And it's just essentially a Pokemon clone, but you're trying to get the different kinds of poops and different creatures' poops. And how you catch them is you're just like a gorilla that walks around and you just shit in your hand, throw shit at the other shits.
So it's a farming
Wow.
game.
Yeah. But no, if you have your location on and you're close to somebody else that's pooping, you can live battle them.
This is how I know I'm a child. I literally thought this was going to be a rendition of Battleships.
That's what I thought. Like just with throwing poop.
I think you could still get away with that, Kain. I think you could probably still make it work.
You know, and if they
If
sued
not,
me
you
and
get
I
the
got pressed
story.
for it, I'm about it. Worth the story.
I was
Now
gonna say, you get the
you're-
story of being taken to a federal law court about poop.
You're probably gonna have to do this like what was that game that came out where you like raise a farm on an entire planet? It came out the same time as Doom 2.
Not Animal Crossing. It wasn't Ark, right?
It was Animal Crossing, wasn't it?
Animal Crossing?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you're
sure it
like
was,
the
new
only
Animal
human,
Crossing.
and
Yeah.
your Animal Crossing pals, I think they're called. If you don't talk to them for a certain amount of time, they'll off themselves. Something I recently found out.
Not
from
to
a
that
friend of
extreme, but
ours.
yes, they remove themselves.
They do
Okay,
get depressed.
I was hoping she was being
They don't-
facetious.
They don't leave
I-
the island via sluice slide.
I can't say I've ever played Animal Crossing.
I
Sure.
neither
Nice.
have I. My ex-wife was a fan, and I stayed far away from it.
My SO was obsessed with it during the COVID era of pandemic time. And
That's all
then now
my baby mama played during the pandemic.
now
So is
she
it
has
just-
an Etsy shop that
Ah.
kind of sells a lot of Animal Crossing memorabilia and stickers and cards and stuff, and it's working out for her.
Yo, it's
So,
a
like-
popular thing. It's not my style.
Yeah,
It's, it's Tamagotchi with farming.
yes,
No, it's Tamagotchi with chores.
right. You
It's a
have
video
choice.
game of playing chores.
See,
Yeah.
you know what was good about Tamagotchi? You could put it on yourself, and walking would do the chores for you. You didn't have to
Or
do
it would-
anything else.
Or you forget and you instantly kill the Tamagotchi.
Was Tamagotchi a secret Chinese ploy to track us?
Probably. No, and the Hey You Pikachus. No, not the Hey You Pikachus. The little Pikachu ones are the Japanese way.
Yeah, but I'm good with the Japanese tracking me. They know what's up. If they do something bad, we take out another 2 cities, and then we help them
What-
rebuild and say we're sorry.
Kudos to Japanese engineering. That was the first electronic device I ever had that went through the wash and still turned on afterwards. Pikachu was still pretty happy. He looked a little upset, but
Probably
he
thought you
figured
were
that shit
playing
out.
with them.
Weren't Tamagotchis Japanese, not Chinese?
Oh, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, okay.
Didn't Pirate say Japanese engineering?
I was talking about the
Kain
Pikachu, not
said
necessarily.
Chinese tracking,
Okay.
so I'm just triple checking. just
Let's
to be
see. But-
safe.
But
Also,
yeah, so
apparently Tamagotchi are coming out again,
That's bullshit.
and the new generation thinks it's new.
Yeah.
that
Same
could be a
with
phone app.
Polaroid camera.
I forgot about that. My SO was telling me about it, that she saw the news update where it's going to be making a comeback, and she mildly got excited, and then I was like, we're not bringing that into the house. We're not doing this.
That's all Pokemon Go is now.
Yeah, and we're already
Except
playing
better.
that.
Hey, at least you can do both at the same time.
I don't want to do both at the same time. I already have to navigate Pokemon Go and my fucking dog.
That's when you just let your dog loose with your phone like strapped to it, so you get all the run.
Yeah, but at that point, it just measures distance, not actual like steps.
Yeah, and the dog's not going to get those Pokestops.
My dogs are too
What if
lazy
you're-
for that.
What if your bag is full, so you don't need the Pokestop?
No, you get good and you use your items. You always need the Pokestop.
Absolutely. I
ever
don't.
play
I
it.
I don't play that much either, but I still know.
Did you say fight me?
I did.
Fair.
I've been on raids recently with Kickenbeans, so I'm getting back into it.
Raids?
I mean, yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah, there's
There's-
raids now.
There's Pokemon raids, and you can
Oh, that's right.
like
that's
if
right,
I go
that's
to the location where the raid is, I can send out invites and have like remote raid in.
You can do it remotely now.
Yeah.
I think last time I played, you had to be in the vicinity still.
Yeah, so there's some raids where you have to be in person. Like there's a new like shadow Pokemon kind of thing.
Mhm.
And it's pretty much just like Team Rocket on these Pokemon and beating them into submission so they're angry. And the only way to fight those Pokemon is to be in person.
That's funny. Y'all want to hear something funny about that?
What's that?
So there's a Pokestop at School 4, and I have watched people get in trouble for trying to hop the fence to get to it. Actually, I
That's
think it's
amazing.
also a gym too.
That's because they have no tact.
That's true though. This generation ain't like us. It's the truth.
So I got to say, kudos to the one person who got it set up where if the gym is in the auditorium, because I mean, somebody had to actually physically go to that GPS location and tag it, and then
Yeah,
do
'cause-
it a couple times to bring an awareness to it to make it a physical landmark now.
They did it so well that you had to actually jump the fence onto the property to get to the gym and like to use it.
Fuck
So
yeah.
if you wanted to go take over that gym, you had to actually go into School 4 with you and a homie or whatever.
It ain't that hard to get in without being noticed. Like,
Homie, they're not as smart as us anymore. They're very
no.
obvious. They're just looking at their phones.
And
When was the
real
last
quick-
time you were there?
I
that's
drive by
fair,
it
but
regular. I still
we
live
did
close
throw
to
a
it.
rave there.
So the last time I was there was probably about 2 years before I moved away. And for those that are listening and wondering what we're talking about when we mention School 4, in the city that some of us used to live in, there's an old public school called Public School 4. Just look that up in Florida and you'll know what we're talking about.
Well, now they know exactly where we live.
Yeah,
Thank you.
now
I said
I
some of
mean,
us used to live.
yeah, that's fine. A homie, come fuck around and find out it's still Florida.
Yeah.
Hey, it is the biggest little city we all remember. Okay.
It is the biggest small town. You are correct.
No, it would not be the first time I've opened my door to with a gun.
It's
it
Florida.
won't be the last.
Yeah, if I don't expect you to come over, it's probably in my hand when I open the door.
So no surprise parties. God.
So I just got to make sure my address for Battle Shits is your place. So when Nintendo shows up.
Wait.
No, that's when you
full
show up
circle.
early, spork the whole yard, ding dong ditch them. That way, when they come chasing you, they trip over all the sporks.
I miss
Hey.
sporking people's yards.
You know how I know we're all definitely getting older?
Hmm.
Because Pirate is the first of us to do the get off my lawn.
I've done that.
I really am. Like I don't like
No,
people
he's-
like showing up unexpectedly anymore.
He's really doing it, and with violence.
It's because of where I live. I've been trained this way.
Protection.
Okay, so Ghosts of Yoti? Yote? Yotai?
Sequel to Tsushima, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that
Word.
announcement. Female lead is all I've really been hearing about it so far.
I am
don't
fucking
care about
fine with
that.
that.
Yeah, no,
Actually, you know
well,
what?
I'm saying that's like the only thing I've heard about it so far.
You know what? I had this conversation with the buddy I was hanging out with today, earlier, and we were talking about people getting upset at different kinds of characters, female lead, stuff like that. And just like he was like, I always play a guy because I want to be like masculine, like what I would be in this situation. I was like, hell no, bro. If I'm gonna play a video game and have to look at a fucking character for the next 60, 70, 80 hours, I want the ass to be nice.
Yeah.
I want it to be a very enjoyable looking female, so at least I can look at something pretty the entire time.
Well, isn't that why Stellar Blade had so much controversy?
Yeah, there's just controversy in general with female leads. I don't fucking get it. Nerds need to shut the fuck up.
Well,
female leads are wonderful.
female leads in excellent physics engines in games. Just saying.
And it all
So-
started with Dead or Alive.
So I was
Facts.
in
Jiggle physics.
I was in a college and I was taking a class called Psychology of Video Games, and we talked about this exact topic of if you're going to create a character, who are you going to create and why? And everyone was saying like, oh, I'm going to create like this person because if I'm playing a barbarian, I want to be like all this. And I'm like, why don't you just make something you want to look at? So like guys will make a girl or girls will make a guy because they want to, for the next 1,000 hours of their life, they want to stare at something that they're going to like enjoy.
And you could even say it simply. What would you make? I would make a female character. Why? Because titties.
And on that front, I would also
Simply
like to
put.
argue all of this started with Laura Croft on the original PlayStation.
Ooh, them square titties or them triangle titties.
Pyramids. Yep. But no, I got so many like nasty looks from people. I'm like, I'm just saying like a reason. We're not saying it's the reason, but it's a reason. Be fucking mad at me.
I only really have an issue with female lead when the original story wasn't centered around a female.
That I
Like-
understand.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Alien, huge fan. But like, if they remake Firefly and they make Mal a chick, probably not gonna watch it.
Fair.
I'll give it the 3-episode rule.
I'll go with that one. I'll still support it.
Let's think.
But if
for a
it's bad,
minute
it's
here.
bad.
What about games where it doesn't matter? Right? You
Yeah.
can pick either or.
So
I'm
female.
going to go with any of the Souls games. It really doesn't matter what you choose in that. You're going to look about the same when you're done anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna look like armor.
Like,
That's old. That's old games in
roll-
general.
heavy rolling armor, just it doesn't matter.
But like I'm talking about newer games because where even with armor they do it like D&D, how people draw D&D female characters.
Everything's
okay.
gender bias armor.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys want to talk about that? Let's look at okay, let's look at two games because these are the top two in my mind.
Oh, what
It's
are we
gonna be one's human. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I know pretty much all of us have played it. Have you guys looked at the cosmetics in that at all?
A little bit.
No,
Oh, I looked at
some.
all of them. Never mind.
actually.
So the girl cosmetics are just way better done, just way
Oh,
better
yeah.
done in my opinion than the male character cosmetics. Like of the same cosmetics that you can get, the girl versus the guy, the girl stuff is just it looks like they spent the most time there. And on the guys, they're kind of like, let's put a big floppy lab coat on him and he's good to go.
Yeah, it's because men are lazy.
I'm not gonna lie. My character never wore pants in that game.
That's true. You literally just leveled up the straps.
Yeah, I just kept the straps.
I mean, look at games like we could even talk about what is it, Monster
sorry.
Hunter? The difference between a man's armor and a woman's armor.
Yep.
And
But
along
I
the
did
lines
have
of
a
that,
go ahead.
First Descendant.
That was actually going to be my other game to talk about.
Bro.
First Descendant was real bad about that, or
Those jiggle
real good,
physics,
depending
bro.
on the perspective you want to approach it from. But
The jiggle physics.
I mean,
Like,
Listen, you play
Bunny
First
they
Descendant
nailed
for the
it.
plot.
the ultimate bunny costume. Okay, like the first thing you could buy off the freaking shop was probably the best piece they produced for all the classes.
Yeah.
I've never looked at
And,
this game. This is glorious.
Which one are you looking at?
First Descendant.
It's a
Oh,
fun
I
game.
got into that one quite a bit for a little while there.
Didn't you play it with us before, like for like an hour?
I think
I
you
don't
did.
think you got on it with
I
us.
think, yeah, no, because I remember playing like a mission with you, and then we went to Once Human.
Yeah, Kane, you definitely installed it, and I know this because we had the Steam versus Epic back and forth install for like a day to see if
Oh
we could get stuff.
yeah.
Yep.
We did the same thing with Predecessor.
I remember doing that with Predecessor. I don't remember doing that with First Descendant.
I
Oh, you
think
might be
only
right.
We need a good
Scorch and
first-person
Kain.
shooter. Bring back Titanfall, goddammit.
Keep it where it is. Wait, didn't the Forever Winter just come out? Is that technically a
It's
first-person
on
shooter?
early. It's on
Is it a
early
third person?
access. It's
Early
a,
access right now.
and it's third person with first person elements. I think.
Like everything else.
It has a lot of mixed.
Well, it's
It's-
going to. It's in early access.
Yeah.
Why are people upset? Early.
What now?
Because
He's breaking up
gamers.
again.
People are super upset that it's like, oh, it doesn't run super well. Like,
Didn't they call out like a fucking 3080 for recommended settings?
Yes.
Yeah, of
Forever
course it's
no,
not gonna run good on your
no.
1660. Get fucking good, man.
I was about to say the minimum is 2080.
a 2080
That's
super.
the official. My
12 gig.
laptop will not run it.
I'm all about
Minimum specs was a 12 gig, guys.
yeah, I'm all about game on what you got. But if what you got can't run the game, don't bitch about it. Fucking
that-
mow yards, do something. Steal from
I mean-
Kmart like the rest of us did when we were young.
That's
Also,
going back
again,
when that.
Early
store doesn't exist.
Shut
Don't
up.
be rude.
There's still a
Um,
Kmart out there.
There
But
is.
that's just going back
Just
to
like
when
how
there
there's
was
a Blockbuster, but it's not an actual Blockbuster. Someone just took the name.
like Cyberpunk 2077. The amount of bullshit people talked about that because they didn't have a system that could fucking run it, and they had problems. And I'm sure all of you might have had problems.
well, let's
I
be.
never
I
had a
didn't have any
problem with that game.
problems. I didn't have a problem on launch. I had a problem when I reinstalled and tried to play again.
Oh no, I'm talking about launch. Initial first 6 months of
I
launch.
got super lucky. I
I
had no
made-
issue.
I was
with
golden
launch.
on
I was
launch.
gonna say I made it to end game without a the only glitch that happened to me was when I was doing that fucking courier mission with the AI from the car service.
Elamine.
Yeah. I was
Dang.
in the middle of that one and I went to pick up another quest but not start it, and that whole mission disappeared.
Beep beep, motherfucker. I loved that mission. That mission was hilarious.
I
That
only did
mission
like
is
2
worth
parts
the
of it.
game. You
I'm
should
sorry.
start another character.
Yeah, fucking play,
That
play it
mission's
again, dude.
so good.
Let's fucking go.
Okay, so to that point, the only glitch that I actually had was near the end game where you're like helping out the senator or something like that, and you had to go to a zone to try to get information for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, like I showed up at the spot I was supposed to go to, and then like nothing happened. Like there was no enemies there. There was nothing going on. I'm just like, okay, done this side quest, and I just never went back to it. So.
Yeah, but like I never had a game breaking glitch for that game. And it ran smoothly. But granted, the current laptop I had was I had just bought it. So it was still the top of the line laptop. So it ran like a fucking golden goose.
Yeah.
They
And
added a
now
bunch
it'll
of
run
that
that way. You
stuff,
just got to turn ray tracing off.
right?
Yeah.
They just added a bunch of shit to Cyberpunk too. I haven't jumped in since their last big update.
So I've never played the expansion, but I know that
So
they've been
good.
still so good.
Oh, I love the expansion. I thought it
Phantom
was so
Liberty.
well done. Yeah.
All right, I'll have
Isn't
to
that
get
what
back at it then.
Idris Elba is the fucking voice?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And character, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they basically wrote
Yeah,
him
he's
in.
he's a big story plot
Nice.
Just like
Um,
Keanu Reeves was.
yeah.
and still is. Even in the Liberty City side quest, like Keanu Reeves still has a play in it.
Nice.
But as far as like what I've heard for updates for that, they've been doing a lot of like graphical quality updates still, like FSR for Team Bread users.
Mm-hmm.
You know, still getting a lot of updates for the game, which is actually pretty cool that they're like there's still enough of a player base that these companies care.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
I was talking about like, God, it had to have been 6 months ago now. They added like a subway system. Like,
Yeah, all of that.
really.
yeah, they
Or like a
gave you more
monorail.
stuff to do, just like random shit to do, not quest stuff. They added a bunch of equipment and armors and skins and stuff like that. They just made it more of a fleshed out game, even though that game was super. I had to put the controller down and step away when I went to homie's funeral. Like the game was deep.
Yeah.
It was a
And
really good game.
and the thing that's really cool about it, I love the way they did it with all the stuff that Kain was talking about with like the subway system and all that kind of stuff. It's quest line wise, there's no reason to take the subway. The only reason to take it is to literally like jump on a train, look out a window and put the controller down and just let your GPU work its magic and look at the world. It is absolutely stunning. But what I love about it is that they released all of that as game updates for free.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't tie it in with the Liberty City patch. They didn't tie it in with any of or the Phantom Liberty patch. It was just a game update to make the world better.
Yeah, and what else did they do? They also changed like your damage rate over time. So like as you got more insane, the enemies you fought also kind of got more insane, which made endgame more enjoyable in my opinion.
Yes.
Like it actually still felt like a fight instead of me just being like just taking out everything as I walk down the street.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say to that is it's one of the few games where raising the difficulty in the main menu actually makes a difference to like making the game challenging. Because like I played for the longest time on like the normal setting, and then I raised it up, and I was like, oh, now I actually have to think about what I'm doing.
Oh, you talk about like, putting it on veteran for Space Marine?
I don't hate myself.
It's actually not a hateful position to be in. Veteran is actually
Unless
quite
there's
comfortable.
only two people and there's one bot and the bot's absolutely fucking useless.
No, he's a great heal bot, okay? He comes and picks you up as soon as you go down.
No
And
matter
takes
how
an
many things
entire
are around
swarm
you.
of Tyranids to you because he's not shooting anything.
Yeah.
He's still salty.
So when you get up,
He's giving you your kills, man.
so when you get up, you can
I
increase your kill count.
Yeah, he's
I
feeding
don't
you
care.
kills.
Complete the objective. I don't care about KD. I haven't cared about KD since Black Ops 2.
Okay, look,
Complete
playing
the
on
objective.
veteran has taught me how to better block and parry, and also not look for the parry cues, but I still use them, but to actually parry what I see incoming. So
Right.
like, yeah, that has been like the big kicker for me is like, okay, playing on veteran, it's like, okay, why am I dying so often? Oh, because I'm not blocking or parrying often enough for this game.
I'll say I
Mhm.
enjoy veteran when I'm like playing with two of my other buddies, but something about the bot is always.
I don't know. I'm just playing the story on normal, and then I'll get good once I start doing PvP.
Ooh, there is one map where the bots are absolute garbage though. Have you guys all finished it, or are you like kind of close to finishing? You think?
No, I'm still, I think, in the beginning.
Okay, cool.
Ouch.
Without
Break it.
spoiling it, there is one map that is very much multi-levels with giant gaps. And if you go down, they fall. So yeah, don't die. That's the best advice I can give you if you're playing solo on that level.
All right, good.
Pretty
Yeah, I
much.
think the last time I played Space Marine 2 was when you and I jumped online together.
Okay.
So
That's
a
been
few
bit
weeks
then.
back.
Yeah.
It is. I can say it's a fun game just to play.
Yes.
Whether you're doing the same mission over and over and over again, just with different people, your friends, it is just a fun game to play.
Yeah, Pirate and I are now on the point where we're just doing operations to level up our shit.
Oh, I just did a
Nice.
level 5 operation after you hopped off last night. I did one and passed and went to bed.
Nice.
It is quite a bit more difficult.
I almost got back on and joined you, but you were already gone by the time I finished dinner and everything. So I was like, okay, I'll just go back upstairs and keep watching anime.
What a good pastime.
Right.
So me and the SO were watching, what was this one? The Aristocrats' Otherworldly Adventure.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Never
That one,
seen it.
she hadn't seen it, and you know, it's like very silly isekai OP bullshit,
Yeah.
but it's silly, and because it's silly, it's fun to watch.
It doesn't take itself serious, which is nice.
Not at all.
I had to take a second. I thought there was a sequel to The Aristocrats.
And you got really excited.
Yeah, I was like, how do I not fucking know about this?
Now, if you want to watch a really good one, though, you watch Reincarnated, or The World's Greatest Assassin Reincarnated as an Aristocrat. That one is dope.
Heard that one's good.
Or
That's-
Mashal, because that is just Harry Potter with muscles and does not take itself seriously whatsoever.
I am
Facts.
I am halfway through Fairy Tale right now.
Mashal is real good.
Fairy Tale's great. 100 Years Quest is out and they're releasing episodes, and then Mashal is. I loved it. I can't wait for the next.
Oh, Poe, if you want another good, muscle bound, no magic type, watch Wistoria and Wand.
The
Is that what it
story
is?
of Wand and Sword.
Wand and Sword.
It's
Yeah.
kind of a copy and paste story, but the animation, holy fuck, the animation's so good.
Hang on. It's brilliant.
It's
think
probably
I've
one of
seen
the best animated animes I've seen this year. And like I understand solo leveling came out this year.
I
I never
forgot Solo Leveling came out because I
Is it-
read
is that-
Solo
is it
Leveling.
good? Is it that good?
Solo leveling?
Yes.
Hell
Yes.
yeah, watch it.
Watch
What's wrong
it,
with you?
and then it's also I'm gonna fuck up the name.
Do it.
I think it's on Manhwa.
Manhwa, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
Korean based anime.
Yeah. So you could also, I forget where I read it. I think I read it on Webtoons. I could be wrong. I probably got it from my friend. But it's also a really good read.
So I actually never came across it while I was on Webtoons. I came across it when it started getting printed. So I've got all the books that have been printed because I've just thoroughly enjoyed it and I like having it in hand.
I don't know if it was on Webtoons or if it was on the other Manhwa site I use.
I
It
don't
was
know
on
if it was
one
on
of them.
Webtoons either, but I read the entire thing via internet because I found it at one point. Start to finish, read it like twice before they took it down because they started taking it down once they started producing the anime.
Mhm.
But it
So
was
even still, I am currently buying the mangas as they come out.
Manhwas.
Well, it is a manhwa, but they're producing it in manga style now in the States. So I don't know how we'd categorize that.
It's still a Manhwa.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Fine.
It's a manhwa in the manga comic aisle.
Visual novel.
Yeah. Yeah. For English speakers and people that don't understand that culture, it's a visual novel.
It's a goddamn Japanese comic book.
Yeah.
Not Japanese.
Not Japanese.
Korean comic book. I'm sorry. I was referencing manga.
They get real mad
How-
about that, by the way.
Yeah, I was
Like-
gonna say, how dare you? We're
All
about
the
to lose
PC
all of
police.
our viewers in Japan and all of our viewers in Korea. All like maybe one.
Hey, you never know.
Come at me.
This is gonna come back to bite us in the ass later.
It is.
Yeah, let's see what
10
the
years from
dumbass
down the
Americans are
road,
talking
we're
about.
gonna get
Yeah,
a
10
get
years we're all
a-
gonna have to grab a dog or our cat and just like all be teary eyed and make an apology video.
I won't.
oh, fuck that! I'm using a ukulele. you're gonna
I'll be
do it,
honest,
do
I
it
just
right.
shove it up your ass.
I would have to buy a ukulele.
I've got one.
I would
Just
too.
rent one.
No, Kane, just use that ocarina you printed.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ocarina?
Ocarina. You know, it was really good fried.
Depends on how it's made. If they make it from oak tree. No, I'm kidding. All right, all jokes aside. What's
Made
our
from the great Deku tree. Come on.
next topic?
We
we
this
didn't
one
close out
actually-
this one. This is
was
still female leads in video games.
Oh yeah,
We closed it out and moved to the next. I'll be honest. I think we closed it out and just moved on without saying it. 'Cause
Female
we're definitely
leads,
winging
yes.
stuff,
Well,
Ruining
we didn't
Star Wars,
actually-
no.
we didn't actually talk about the new Ghost of game, like what it's about or anything. We just settled into
Yeah, you said the only
Yeah.
thing it was a female lead.
So
yeah.
basically, it takes place on the same island 300 years later. They're still going with the historical thing where they're
Mhm.
using what existed in history to kind of create it. The first one was based off the Mongol invasion. This one being 300 years later, at that timeline, there is not really a clan structure on the island, and they
Uh-huh.
built it from the ground up instead of using the engine they used last time. And in the trailer, it looks fucking stunning.
I wouldn't even be mad if they used a similar mechanic as the last time, because that was some of the most fun I've had in a game since us playing Monster Hunter World back in
I
7 years ago.
I have a feeling they went with their own engine because they made just a shit fuck ton of money off the first game and didn't want to pay like Epic or Unreal or something because they take a percentage.
Yeah, Unreal takes I think it's like a 12% cut of your
Yeah.
earnings.
And I think they could
mean-
hire someone to make the engine that they actually wanted versus using somebody else's engine.
Well, I mean, so that's how Unreal gets away with keeping the software free, so that anybody can use it and learn it.
Yeah.
And it just looks so good. And when it came out on PlayStation 4, it still looked like a phenomenal game.
I haven't played it yet. It's on my wish list. I have some games I want to get through before I purchase another one, get 5 to 10 hours in and never touch again. So, but it's high on my list after I finish up some of my library.
It is. I would give it. It's an amazing game. It's one of the few games I have. It's probably the closest I've ever come to a 100% completion game. Because I don't give a shit normally, and I
But
did it on accident. That's just how much I enjoyed the game.
talking
Nice.
about amazingly terrible games, Ubisoft cancels press previews of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah,
I mean, they're getting a lot of flack for Yasuke.
Well, not just that. They're just getting a lot of flack in general.
Yeah.
I mean, Skull and Bones. We all loved that one, didn't we?
Wait, is
Everybody want to
Assassin's
throw
Creed
in
Shadow-
$3 and we can buy like 1% of Ubisoft?
I mean,
Their
it'd be a
stock
good way
price
to-
is $2.62 as of recording.
It'd be a good way to fund this podcast.
Would it though?
I mean,
I mean,
They-
we all dip in
that-
15 bucks.
I think Assassin's Creed Shadow could save them if they do it right.
But they have to do
I
it right.
hope so. It's got to
Um,
not be rinse, wash, and repeat Assassin's Creed game. They got to add something.
And that's why the Assassin's Creed, what is it, fucking the Viking one?
Yeah.
Valhalla.
Valhalla, yeah, okay. I couldn't remember if that was actually what it was called. The Valhalla was an amazing game, but that's because it wasn't a wash, rinse, and repeat Assassin's Creed game. You essentially played a Viking. You didn't play some random sneaky Viking. You could be a sneaky Viking. I was not. Because I wanted to wield 2 weapons and murder everybody.
My issue with Valhalla was not that it was a rinse, wash, repeat Assassin's Creed game, but it very much was a rinse, wash, repeat game. I got maybe 15 hours into that game before I was like, oh, yay, this again.
5. I got
You got-
through the introduction onto the first island where you actually do anything, and never looked back. Like it just didn't interest me. Like I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I played not Odyssey, which is the one where you're in Egypt. Is that Odyssey?
Origins.
Origins, yeah.
Origins?
I played Origins for like a good bit, and I was like, okay, yeah, like I remember why this is fun, like playing this, da da da. And then like I started noticing that things started looking very generic, except for like very specific landmarks,
Mhm.
and then I lost interest in that. And then I started playing Valhalla, and I was like, okay, great, Valhalla. And I'm like, this is just Origins reskinned. No, and I just dropped.
So I
Now-
know
And that's what I'm afraid Shadows is going to be. It's just going to be a reskinned, like old timey Japanese feel.
So do we think Ubisoft is finally going to kick the bucket soon?
Well, they
I
haven't
mean-
really done anything innovative except for change themes in a while. They tried with Skull and Bones, but that was really just supposed to be a reskin of Black Flag. So
That's what we
Didn't they
wanted.
also just have
And they would
major
have
layoffs
saved
where
so
they
much
got
more
rid of
money
a
off
lot
of
of
that.
their studios?
There was too many voices happening at once.
yeah, sorry.
Didn't Ubisoft just have major layoffs where they got rid of a bunch of their studios?
A
Yes.
bunch of them.
A lot.
Mhm.
So
Not-
like
not just
this
one.
game, yeah, a bunch of their studios. So like this game was already mostly through production because it's already so far. So they're gonna release this one, but with the state that Ubisoft's in, I don't see them being innovative with this game. There's not enough of a team to support that.
I don't think so. I think it's basically like they're using model designs for cities. They're running the same engine, or at least the same style of gameplay. And it's sad, right? Because I hope actually somebody else consumes Ubisoft. I hope like Microsoft buys them, like they've been buying everything else, and just holds the titles and then do remasters in a couple years or something.
I
'cause,
hope
like,
I'm wrong.
of the good games, But
I
yeah,
hope I'm
I don't
wrong. I
know.
love the skin and I love the aesthetic of how Shadow looks, but if it's the same fucking game, I'm not wasting my money.
You need to go back to the old style of when it was. I'll go like when we were back in PlayStation 2 era. Nothing was a reskin. Well, some things were, but most things were innovative, new styles, unique games that, like all the popular ones at least, were all very unique in their own way. And like, I would rather see almost a gameplay style as Onimusha was over another Assassin's Creed reskin.
They also canceled their online appearance at the Tokyo Game Show. Ubisoft as a whole.
2
Okay.
days before the event.
And I don't have good feelings for them. We shouldn't buy their stock.
I think
I think
I kind
would
of
agree with
want
that.
to have it
Unless-
just so whoever buys it, I get a free stock in their shit.
I mean, if Microsoft buys it, like cheap stocks for Microsoft.
There you
Yeah.
go. Unless we're gonna GameStop this shit, and some people just keep
Stonks.
them alive by like overpaying on their stocks.
Watching that guy's downfall, the dude that ran the GameStop Stonks Reddit page, just watching him lose money day over day is it's glorious. Dude will be like, I invested in this, it didn't jump, I lost $300,000.
God.
Speaking of GameStop, did you guys hear that they are converting some of their stores to retro gaming now?
I know, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I'm pretty excited to see how that goes.
I mean,
If they do it
Ret-
right, because there's a shit ton of retro video game stores around me.
Yeah, it's like all the mom and pop video game stores are the retro game stores. So
Yeah.
like you're gonna have to compete with that market.
Well, let's think about this though. How long has GameStop been taking in trade-ins?
there's
They probably
that.
just have
Yeah, but
warehouses.
there
for
are probably
me,
warehouses full of old
we
games that they
personally
just.
also know somebody who worked at one for a long time, and they trashed so many products that they took in for trade-ins. Like I would love to say that all this stuff got shipped to GameStop National and it's sitting in a warehouse, but that's not how that shit worked.
But here's the thing: all back in the day when they were like the old games, they were taking trade-ins for. There wasn't so many games. Like, not compared to what you find out like that gets released today.
My theory on it is GameStop broke the market by being way too good at what it focused in. And when they broke the market, they became the only player, and then it got bad. And I'm
Yeah, 'cause they
hoping
bought
they
out.
do that with retro games. I don't hope they become the only player, but I hope they break the market again. We could see a retro games renaissance.
Mark
Oh,
my
it's-
words. If they have a quality Dreamcast with Jet Set radio that's in good condition, they've made a purchase.
You have a telephone
Take
line in your
money.
house you don't use. That means we could play Quake 3 Arena basically unlimited. We ain't waiting for no phone calls.
Dial up is never interrupted anymore.
Dial up still
my-
runs. If you have a 56 or a 28K modem, you plug it in, it'll fucking connect.
I mean, if fax machines run.
Fax machines have a use. I've changed my views on fax machines in the last 5 years.
Really?
It's
Okay.
the only
They
way
do still
to
have a
securely
purpose.
send documents. Like legitimately securely send documents.
All right, wasn't there ways to like intercept that back in the day?
No, since fax machine has been created, there hasn't been anything that's more secure because of the way your fax machines create a direct connection. So
Mhm.
you would have to basically have a clone of the other fax machine to intercept it.
Oh,
Well, that makes an interesting theory against what like they did in Glass Onion. You guys have seen that movie, right?
Oh yeah.
wonderful movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in Glass Onion, what was his name? Braun was the character that took the business and owned the island of the Glass Onion. He had fax machines in every city he stayed at, and if one fax went out to his number, it went to all those fax machines.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, you
I
can
guess with
make
enough
it work.
money, you can
Yeah.
make that work. But
You would have to find a way to change the MAC addresses on the fax machine. Not spoof them, to a way to make multiple fax machines do a ping back with the correct MAC address and the correct timing, and then find sync all of those fax machines. I know too
Well,
much about radio communication.
the alternative would be what?
I mean, that
To-
was kind of your job for a short stint.
Yeah.
the alternative would be to what? To send to one number that's always your number, and it has a index for all of the other numbers it should send to.
Oh yeah, that would be a much easier way of doing it.
Yeah, like a switchboard.
Yeah.
This is why
Sorry.
he will hack the world.
That would be a much
Hack
easier
it.
way of doing it. Because I was thinking like how I would hack one, not how I would just make one relay.
Sorry.
Or-
Sorry to burst your bubble there, buddy.
That's all right. We tend to overcomplicate things sometimes.
I know.
It goes back into this was my job for a little bit.
Yeah, so Kain just demonstrated brute forcing clothing, and I just demonstrated path of least resistance.
Yeah. Oh, I could go
Oh,
down a
that's too funny.
tangent, but I don't want my door being kicked in by the Department of Defense.
Yeah, let's not.
I mean, at least they'd have to kick in what? At least 2 doors. You'd at least hear the first one.
Yeah.
And on that,
I'm not as well armed down here as I should be. Yeah, who else's other topics? The only other one I have is the limited edition PS5 that I want that I can't get because Scalper's already purchased.
So
You know, I was actually going to talk about that, but go on.
I was gonna
I-
say I got one other topic that to me was just kind of comical. It's along the vein of PlayStation, not super in depth, but so God of War Ragnarok just came out on PC.
Oh
and
yeah.
it's getting slammed on Steam reviews because of the fucking PSN requirement, and a modder has already made a workaround for it. And
I had to
they
figure out
have
who I was
vowed,
pointing at.
the modder has already come out and vowed to work around the clock to make sure that this mod stays live and active.
Yeah,
no
it's-
matter what PlayStation tries.
It's a free
Nice.
mod. I have the mod. I don't have the game. I have the mod.
Is it on Nexus?
It
I
was
didn't
on
want to buy a new
GitHub
game.
when I pulled it.
It's on my wish list. It's a game I do already want to get, but I'm waiting till it goes on sale. I've got kind of like Kane. I've got too many other titles I need to finish out.
I do
Yeah.
too, but I love the God of War. I have played it just like
Same.
I was going to say, just like you with Borderlands. I have played every single God of War and even got into the God of War 3 online play.
How was that?
Um,
Bad
could have
is
been
what he-
better.
That's what
The
his face
silence
was
spoke
saying.
volumes.
Could have been better if it came out today. Yeah, it
Alright.
wasn't great. It wasn't great, but it was fun for a little bit. You got to
But yeah,
choose
I'm
your
going-
weapon. You got to fight against other people with your powers and shit like that.
Now, did I hear
Yeah.
correctly that the new Ragnarok port actually also includes a DLC for like looking like the original Kratos?
Yeah, so it's the deluxe version or whatever the fuck they're calling it. So you do get that old school skin.
Nice.
I bet there's a mod for it already.
No, yeah, absolutely.
But I'm going to buy the game. I'm just gonna wait till it goes on sale. And fortunately for us, we're already in fucking September, so October, November
I was about
sales
to
are
say
coming.
we're a
along.
couple months away from big Steam sales, anyways.
I'm
What
gonna
do you
buy
mean? They
so
run on,
many
like, every
games
week
that I'm
now.
never gonna
I-
play.
Oh my god! I think this
Dude.
might be the first year I probably spend a little bit too much money on cheap games.
My library is packed full of shit that I need to play through, and I just don't.
I
Because
mean,
because I keep playing multiplayer games with you guys.
So
one day
Hey,
when we have nothing better to do, when we're all old, we can literally play video games for the rest of our lives.
Yeah,
when
at
we're
that point, I'm
all
hoping to just
playing
put it
joke
out.
on our
to be made.
12,880s.
no, we just need more subscribers, and then we can build a studio, and half the studio could be our computers.
Mhm.
and not work.
Dude,
Just
if
be
the-
entertaining for the people on the internet.
I volunteer my basement as business office.
Nice.
Dude, retail space is so fucking cheap now.
I miss basements.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's over.
Sorry. So, comment on gaming in the future, though. I don't know if you guys heard. They were able to procedurally generate Doom, like the original Doom.
Yeah, I saw that.
No.
Okay, so AI, current AI software has been able to procedurally generate Doom
Uh-huh.
at 20 frames a second. So, not great, but for
But
that,
also 8-bit,
that
so you don't
game.
notice it.
yeah. And it runs it without anything except for the rendering software.
So
And it's just image by image.
I've played Doom on a sewing machine. I kind of want to download it and play it.
Okay, so all jokes aside, Doom can run on sewing machines,
Hey, no.
your Samsung refrigerators that have the smart screen. I'm pretty sure that there's like some types of birth or pregnancy tests out there that have a little screen on the digital screen. It'll run on that apparently.
You can run it
just
off of.
Now we're just being rude.
No, sorry, I'm getting a little down on the far fetched side of how many things can it play Doom.
Well,
Like,
diabetes
Didn't
pump.
they do it on like not a laser grid, but like a hologram, pretty much?
yes,
Yeah,
did.
that one was really cool.
that one was very cool.
I just got an image of like you taking out your trash and opening up the lid to your trash can, and there's Doom playing.
I mean, so you remember that show? It's like Will It Blend or whatever. It was like a YouTube thing for a while where they were using Ninja blenders and
Whoa,
I
that's
would-
a fucking
dumping
taking
whatever they
back.
can into
I
it.
thought we were gonna go to
I
Frog and a Blender at
forgot
this
about
point.
that shit.
No, sorry.
Damn.
Yeah, you're welcome. For those of you who don't know, look it up. It's fun. I'm
Sold.
actually wondering. I'm wondering if there's a website that's like, can it play Doom? And it's just how many things.
Oh, there's got to be somebody. There's got to be a YouTuber who does it.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so
If not, we just found a niche market.
because
There's
I'm
a
pretty
website
sure.
called Can It Run Doom?
Nice.
There's already a subreddit called Will It Run Doom?
Yeah.
r/it runs Doom.
Oh my god, go to the website canitrundoom.org. This is hysterical.
Hold up. I'm
They
gonna put
have it
that one.
running
I'm
on
gonna
an
put that one
ultrasound
on the big
scanner.
screen.
They do have it running. They have it running on a
Toaster.
LED bar on top of an iPad or a
An
Mac.
ATM machine.
Is it canitRunDoom.com?
.org.
So they have it running on an Apple MacBook Touch Bar,
Try again.
a piano, apparently. What?
No, I'm talking to my
Okay.
computer.
A graphics calculator, which actually looks more like an old Nokia phone, but whatever.
It did kind of look the same.
A VoIP
a
phone.
toaster. 3 toasters used as controls to play Doom. That's not quite the same.
A
How do you use a
2006 MP. A
Coaster to
2006
control it. Or a toaster.
SanDisk MP3 player.
Oh, they have
an
a
ATM
pregnancy test on here.
I figured they would. Hilarious. Digital camera, public transportation card reader. That's
Windows XP MS Paint.
All right, we're digressing, guys.
I'm just trying to
that's
find the most ridiculous version of this.
They
That
have
is
one
awesome.
running on an Arduino board.
Commodore 64.
That's
Actually,
actually that's impressive.
We've all gotten
actually.
quiet and started browsing, but
Um,
I'm happy to know that this exists. I'm adding it to my
Things to
my
look at.
games- yeah, to my games favorites because that's pretty awesome.
Somebody added a tiny little LCD screen inside of a Tootsie Pop, and they're playing Doom.
okay.
Yeah, so
We
back
gotta-
to
we
my
gotta
point
move on.
though.
Hold
Yeah.
up, hold up. So
back to my topic.
here's my question before we end this. I would it run on a T-shirt?
Ooh, that's a good question. Like one of
Imagine
those
running through a festival with Doom playing on your the ability
You
to play
are the-
Doom on your T-shirt.
You are the thermals.
I'm actually wondering because like Govee has that like curtain, the LED curtain that you can hang up in
Yeah.
your room. I'm
I
wondering
mean,
if
they
you can
got-
like get it to run on that.
I've seen pretty thin materials actually run and show pretty good looking pictures on them,
Nice.
or
So
like
I
the
guess-
things that spin really fast.
I guess the point was that I was trying to make is by the time we're 80, running games might actually just be like pulling them up on your browser. You know what I mean? Like we're not even gonna need
Like old Flash video games.
Yeah, like we're not going to need full systems with like heavy GPU processing anymore. Like AI driven stuff is just going to handle it, and then we get the end result of the vision and the control. You know what I mean? So
All right, I found an LED shirt that looks like it has enough LEDs in it for me to program a Raspberry Pi to run Doom on a shirt.
just next burn you go to, just hand people a wireless controller that controls the game on your shirt.
Yeah. No, it's got to be wired. I don't want them taken off with my controller.
Oh, fair enough. Put that on like a bungee cord.
No, fuck it. Have a pocket right.
What are you saying there, pirate?
What are words?
Oh,
Nothing too
have
hard.
a pocket right up front. So pull it out of your crotch and be like, "Want to play?"
I was
Um,
thinking more or less like, old raver pants or, some Jenkos, with the big ass pockets. You just pull out some
Yep.
controllers from that and hand them out to people.
Fuck Jinkos.
Why?
Fuck them as a company for. No, hear me out. Hear me
Why are
out.
you hating on my childhood?
Why are you having sex with denims?
Denim.
Our childhood Jinkos loved them. Owned pairs. Fuck modern day Jinkos. Because they're like $150, $200 for a pair.
They were back
I
then.
mean, that's just inflation, dude.
No, fuck that. I used to get my Jinkos from Bell's Outlet back when that was a fucking thing next to a Big Lots. And those things were fucking $25-$30.
Yo, if
Just
you
like-
weren't wearing, if you didn't get well-worn Jinkos, you weren't really wearing Jinkos. Some yuppie bought them, didn't like the look, threw them out, and that's how you got your fucking Jinkos.
What'd you say, Scorch?
I said that I'm pretty sure there are still Bell's outlets.
It's
Bell's Outlet fed my fucking middle school wardrobe, and I was not a
Oh.
popular kid.
God damn it!
What
They
I
have a
was laughing about
corduroy
was-
pair of Jinkos.
All right, we're digressing.
I'm about to. Oh, thank God they don't have my size. I was about to spend $280, boys.
Girl, those $300 fucking dollars. Jesus Christ.
When you want something, you want something.
No, I get it.
All right, yeah. Let's close out on that note. If you have shout outs, make your shout outs.
Well, Pirate, since you did the intro, do you want to do the outro?
No, you can do it.
All right.
Damn.
Damn. Okay. At least I
I
got some
forgot
part
what
of my
words
day.
were.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening. If you're listening on Spotify, thank you very much. If you're listening on YouTube, thank you very much. Watch us on both. You don't have to listen to us twice. You can always put us on in the background on mute or whatever. Engage with our algorithm, like, subscribe, comment. I know Podcasters allows you to leave a comment as well, so make sure to do that. You can contact us at TheDepthsofJigoku@gmail.com for any topic ideas. If you're a business and you want any inquiries, you can send them there. You can also find us on Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Twitch, Instagram, all at The Depths of Jigoku. And last thing, it's not out yet. If you go there, you're just going to get a no. It's not installed construction. In the coming time, there's no time for me. We may or may not have a website that will help link everything.
Recommendations for the website.
Okay, see our pretty faces. Have links for all of our Twitches when we are on them more. I get back up. I just gotta get used to my big ass screen now.
Great. Any other shoutouts anybody has?
You can see it on my face.
Remember, if you're feeling some sort of way, don't forget to reach out to anyone. You'd be surprised more people out there willing to listen and hear you out.
It's okay to not be okay. It's just not okay to act like not being okay.
If you want to,
Later, y'all.
Peace out.
Houston, I'm getting a little fluctuation in the AC voltage now. Roger. Took the meter maybe, huh? Stand by. Looking good. You're still looking good. It's coming up 3 minutes.